Hey, what's happening, gang? Trying to put on a happy face for you, but I got a man cold. Feel like crap. Thought about not even doing it. That's how bad I feel. But I want to give this stuff away, and I got to set the rules down tonight. We're going to change just one thing. We're going to change one thing. Uh, you'll see what it is. I think you'll like it. But me and Lady Prepper both are down a little bit under the weather. So forgive me if I break out into a sneezing fit or a coughing fit, because it might happen at any time. But before we get into all that, let's see who's in the house. All right. Looks like Buzz Runner was number one. Thank you, Bud. Appreciate it. Debbie Jones is with us tonight. Linda Farrow, always with us. I appreciate the support. Philip Dixon from Tennessee. Who else we got down here? Texas Raiders. Good to see you. It was good to see you last night, too, over there on Rural's feed. That was awesome. He did an awesome show last night. If you guys aren't subscribed to Rural 2 IC, go over there and check him out. He does a live feed on Wednesday night, and it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun over there. Greg Harmon's with us. Who else we got here? Hey, look at that. All right, the Orlando Preppers in the house. Come on down here. Glenn Anderson from Texas. All right. Texas is in the house, along with Texas Raider. Of course, let's go on down here. Charmaine Montgomery, there's a new name. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you coming on board with us. Hope we can entertain you and maybe teach you a little bit at the same time. When I do my live feeds, that's when I get kind of off the beaten path and discuss things that I don't do in my videos. Most of my videos are instructional or something to try to tell you how to save money, something like that. Rose Boring, hello. All right. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, JS Genesis Designs in the house. Saw you last night too, I think, right? Lynn Stalker's with us. Yep, that's one of my cheerleaders right there. Patty's back with us, 7881. Wants to say hello to everyone. Did we give Tammy Joe a shout out already? Well, if I did, she gets a second one. There we go. Tammy Joe's with us. For you new folks that are here, Lady Prepper over there, she's my eyes on the comments, because I have a bad habit of when I get off on a rant and I start talking about something, I don't pay any attention to them comments over there. Try my best. J1W2T3, thank you for being here. Yeah, there we go. Who else we got down here? Wanda's back. There we go. I'm going to put her on the cheerleader squad. Thank you for being here. I was in the house. There we go. Hopefully I got something to help you folks out tonight. We're gonna touch on a couple of topics that a lot of people are talking about, but they don't talk about them the way I do. But that's why you're here, right? Did I call it? Metal's in the house. There we go. Craig's with us. There, the radio man. All right. The radio man is with us. I know he wants to win those radios. There's Rural right there. Thank you. Appreciate you coming over, brother. Had a great time on your live stream last night. Edith is back. Yeah, there we go.
Actually, her son's there. It's Jeffrey.
Oh, it's Jeffrey. That's right. He was here last week.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeffrey. I appreciate it, buddy. Fourth and Goal is in the house. All-American Prepper right there. Go over and check that man out. He ain't messing around now. He tells it like it is. Here's a new one right here. Merle Boast. All right. Thank you so much. Fluffy Otter's in the house. Oh, the whole cheerleading squad's here tonight. Nick L's back with us. We got to hook up. I sent you a message on, I think it might have been right here. I forgot which GMRS channel we hooked up on. So remind me of that. I think it was 21, but I'm not sure. So remind me of that. Shoot me an email or leave a comment here. I think we hooked up on 21. I try to keep a record of that, and for some reason, I did not write that down. Hill Bill's with us. That man's in the house. D.O. All right. Well, what we got going here? Hello, all you beautiful people. American Prepper wants to say to everybody. There we go. Short-lived Saints back with us. Yeah. All right, here's a new name, right? Chris Barnett, or has he been here before? That sounds familiar. I think he's been here. But anyway, thank you for being here. Who else we got down here? Let me see if there's any newcomers.
J1W2T3 wants to know about the wrench. She doesn't have a wrench, or he doesn't have a wrench.
Oh, you don't have a wrench? We'll take care of that. Usually after somebody's been here at least 3 times in a row, I give them a wrench. So
Wants to know what it means. What is the
that means you're a moderator. You can, if somebody comes on here and they're being an a-hole, you can just kind of click the little buttons and zap them out.
Thankfully, we don't get that.
Yeah, I don't get that here. Thank goodness. Got a good bunch of people. Yeah. So J1WT2. If you're here next week, you'll get a wrench. I promise you. How's that? Remind me to give you a wrench. Going up to Pittsburgh to be with Mom on Easter. Going to be doing 2-month bug out exercise in Pennsylvania. Awesome. That is awesome. That's a good idea.
2 months. Wow.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You have to report back on that.
Yeah. Let us know how that works out.
We've done a weekend.
Yeah, we do. When we go camping, we'll do a little bug out thing every now and then on our camping trips, but we ain't doing it for 2 months. I ain't gonna do it that long unless I have to.
We ate the food for 24 hours.
Yeah.
That was fun.
But I mean, I know I'm ready. I just, I used to practice it all the time when I lived by myself. I actually went to the extent of going to the breaker box and shutting down the power for the weekend. And that's the way I lived for the weekend. Hadn't done that since I've been with Lady Prepper. I don't know if she would go for that.
You still test me once in a while.
Every now and then, we'll do a little test here and there. Patriot Ordinance, all right. Yes, I do have a good group. This is an awesome group, and I love every one of you. Thank you for being here tonight. But like I said, opening up, we're going to do that little giveaway next week. Been a little change right here. Okay, if you're not into radios, if you're not into a comm system, if you think you don't need it, then you're going to have a choice of either the radios or a food bucket with 1 month food supply. You can have one or the other. So at the end of the show tonight, I'm going to tell you how to enter that contest. It's pretty much the way it always has been, but there's one change, and you have to know that to be eligible to win. So make sure you hang around. I'm going to try to run through this quick because, like I said, I ain't really feeling too good. But my apple juice is, they say force fluid, so got my apple juice going. Love my apple juice. Yes.
Oh, my Lord.
All right. Let's get on with it. All right. How about this great legal mind we have up on the Supreme Court on Tuesday or Monday. I think it was Monday. She was hearing the case from Louisiana where they're challenging censorship on social media. And the Supreme Court Justice Jackson, she found it unusual that the First Amendment restricts the government. What a great legal mind. What a damn great legal mind we have. She's on the Supreme Court, and she didn't know that the Constitution regulates government, not the people. But she met the only two criteria that matter. She's black and she's a female. That's all that mattered. That's why she's sitting there. So that's what we got to look forward to out of that bimbo. That one right there actually pissed me off bad. And I'm going to tell you, no, I ain't going to get off on that.
Told you he was cranky.
Ain't going off on that rant tonight.
Next.
But that's the great legal minds that we have this administration putting on the Supreme Court. She had no idea that the Constitution restricts the government, not the people. And she was surprised to learn that. But hey, I'm gonna leave that right there before I get off too far deep on that one right there. That's a damn mess right there. But here's something else you probably did. I hope you knew, but if you didn't, you really need to. This ATF expert on Sunday morning, they were doing that CBS Sunday morning talk show, that where they do these interviews with these great government officials, and they introduce them to the people, and so people can relate to them. And this ATF expert, they're walking along there, along this table here full of guns, and he's going to take this Glock, just a simple Glock, and break it down. And he couldn't do it. He couldn't. His name was Chris Bort. He's the assistant director for the ATF. He don't know how to break down a Glock. I can teach a 10-year-old how to break down a Glock. This guy's supposed to be a firearms expert, and he don't know how to break down a handgun. What he wound up doing was just finally just setting it down and walking away and trying to change the conversation. It was hilarious. This guy's a joke, and that's the people they got running the ATF. Great minds, right? Like that one on the Supreme Court. But there is something going on serious that you need to know about. That's my two sarcastic stories for the night. But BRICS right now, all of the BRICS nations, they're buying up as much gold as they can because they're preparing for the dollar to collapse once they get in, full speed. Let's see where we're at on gold and silver prices right now. Let me go over here. Silver is at $24.91. It's actually down 1 cent since trading started today. Gold's at $21.92.10. It was actually over $2,200 an ounce earlier today. So it's dropped a bit. But all the central banks and the BRICS nations they're starting to buy gold and silver and platinum, and they're banking that. They're using their U.S. dollars to buy those and hold them in their assets because they know the dollar's collapsing. So, every time you hear this administration talk about how great the economy is, how great the employment numbers are, how awesome, everything's going here, don't listen to them, guys. It's not true. It's all a lie. What you got?
Susan Musser said, did you see about the $1.2 trillion CR with 6,000 earmarks?
Yes. Continuing resolution. Yeah, with 6,000 earmarks. Mm-hmm. I'd like to know what all of them are, but I'm sure it's a bunch of crap. They need to stop this. They're never going to get that right until they actually just shut it down. I hate to say it. It's going to hurt a lot of people financially. It's going to hurt me. But I'd rather see it happen today. Get it done. Let's get everything going in the right direction. So my grandchildren who were here last week, had my grandchildren here last week. Love them babies. But by the time they get grown up, by the time they're 30 years old, our country will be back straight. The economy will be going the right way. But it's going to cause a lot of pain, guys. It has to happen. It's never going to get right. It has to happen for it to ever get right. They keep kicking the can down the road. Let's see where the debt clock is right now. 34,588 billion. It jumped $40 billion overnight. I know a lot of you don't keep up with that. I do. Because the higher that number gets, the less your money's worth. So you need to keep an eye on that. I mean, like I said, they just keep kicking it down the road. But eventually, it has to all start over, guys. It's going to be painful. It's going to hurt a lot of folks. Like I said, including me. But it's got to be done. Because the more we owe, the weaker we are. All right. Now let's get into this eclipse that's scaring the hell out of everybody. A lot of these prepper sites are talking about, it's a sign of doomsday. It's coming. blah, 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 and all that crap. No, that's not what that is. That's not what's happening. A lot of county officials are warning that their citizens to stock up on food and water or whatever, because they're afraid that the influx of tourists coming to those small towns are going to create a shortage of goods in the grocery stores. They're afraid they're going to jam up the cell phone lines. That's all this is about. It's not about some kind of conspiracy from the government. No, that's not the case, guys. That's not what's happening. Thank you, Fluffy. Appreciate it very much. Well, while I was there, let me mention this. You see that super chat down there? If you want to kick it in, that's cool. Because 100% of what I get goes back to you guys. I don't keep any of it. That's what I use to buy these prizes I'm giving away in these drawings and stuff. Fluffy just kicked you guys a couple of dollars. So not only should I thank her, you should too. Because as that money builds up, I'll take it out. I'll buy something. I'll give it away here. That's what I do with that. But let me get back to the... there's Susan drop in here. Let me see. That's Buzz. Edith. Susan, there she is. All right. Thank you. Thank you for being here. But when you see all these warnings from these little counties in Missouri and Texas and, Arkansas or wherever, that's the reason why. They're afraid they're going to get an influx of tourists there for the eclipse. And it's going to cause a shortage for the locals temporarily, not permanently. It's not because they know something's going on they're not telling us about. Like a lot of these prepper channels are telling people. That's ridiculous. They're selling fear. I'm not going to do that here. There's a post going around social media. I received it from a lot of people in the last 2 days about this eclipse and where it's going and what it means and all this biblical prophecy stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. I believe in the Bible. I know God is real and Jesus Christ is our Savior. But this eclipse ain't got a damn thing to do with any of that. So I set out today to disprove this thing that's going around social media. Now, right here's a list of cities. Nineveh, I think is how they pronounce it in the Bible, was a city that God commanded Joshua to go to and have him warn them that he was going to take wrath on their city because they were so sinful. But now in this post, this guy, he built up this story, boom, boom, boom. This is what happened. That's what happened. Now, Jonah, not Joshua, Jonah got swallowed by the whale. But he said, okay, there's these 7 cities in the United States and 1 in Canada with that exact same name that the eclipse is going to go over. And it's a sign that, the second coming is soon. So I thought, okay, let me check into this. This is just me. This is the way I look at things, guys. I go out and I research stuff. But this is what I found. There are 2 cities with that name that the eclipse actually affects. Not 7, like that social media post said. The little X you see there in all of those states, that's the cities that they said that the solar eclipse was going to go over and turn it dark. Well, it turns out it's only 2 of them, 2 of the 7. So there was other items in that post. It was rather lengthy, went into great detail. But once I disproved that right there, I said, okay, I'm done. It's all a bunch of crap. They were talking about how the sign from the eclipse in 2017 and this one and another one was made the letters alpha and omega. It's all a bunch of crap. So when you see these prepper channels talking that crap, just turn off. Just let it go. I'm not saying stop following them, okay? Follow them if you want to. That's great. But when they start selling fear like that, you might want to think about, future viewership to that channel. I'm not here to sell fear. I'm here to pass along facts. Always done that. Voice is, and this cold is killing me, so excuse me for just 1 second. Ooh, and apple juice is good when it's cold. But don't worry about the eclipse on April the 8th. It's just an eclipse. That's all it is. That's all it's going to be. But now we need to get into something you do need to worry about. Don't know if I'm selling fear, and I hope not. Hopefully, I'm just letting you know what's coming, because I think right now it's a race to see how this country will be destroyed by the people in charge. Are they going to destroy the economy first, or are they going to divide us to the point that we will actually fight each other? And that's the only question I have. I don't care about wars in other lands. I feel sorry for the people. I always pray for the people in Ukraine, even the people in Gaza and Israel. The people are the victims, and we don't want that here. But I think our own government is pushing us to the point where, that they're going to make us do something. That's why they're putting illegal immigrants on police departments and the military and in places like that, because they know if the order goes down for them to disarm Americans or control Americans, then American troops and American police officers, there's going to be a great hesitation with them, following that order. And the powers that be know that. So that's why they're putting these illegal immigrants in these positions. But what's ridiculous is this right here. Illegal immigrants can carry guns if federal judge orders. Sharon Coleman in the federal Northern District of Illinois, she says illegal immigrants can carry guns. Now, if you're here illegally, if they're here illegally, that's a felony in itself. That's a Class C felony. And a felon cannot legally purchase or carry a firearm. But according to this Obama-appointed judge, yes, they can. I wonder why they would do that. You ever wonder? At the same time, they're doing this. Democrats are trying to make it illegal for veterans who are collecting disability benefits to have Second Amendment rights. They're trying to stop that because some guy was disabled overseas defending, American interest, I will say, not America. We haven't fought a war to defend America since World War II, actually. But they were over there fighting for our American interest. They get injured. They come back home. They're missing a leg. They're missing an arm, whatever. So they get a disability pension from the federal government. And Democrats want them to be disarmed. Now, why would they want trained soldiers to be disarmed? Why would they want that? You would think maybe that's the people you would want to be armed just in case we had to defend this country. But no, Democrats don't want them to have the right to be armed. It's going to come down to this.
There's some kind of misunderstanding here. What? Well, you're American, okay?
Okay. What kind of American are you?
That's what it's going to come down to. It's not going to be a race war, like a lot of people say. It's not going to be a war, a religious war. A lot of them are trying to push that division really hard with race and religion. It's not going to be a war based on economics, rich versus the poor, because the rich know they'll lose. That'll never happen. What it's going to come down to is the Americans who support America between the Americans that want to support like a multinational government, a one world government. Let me put it that way. That's what it's going to come down to. And that's why they want all of these illegals coming across here, flooding our country, because they're going to be dependent on the government that's in place. And it's going to be us, I said it, us, fighting them. When it comes down to protecting this country, the American patriots that step up is going to be my age, maybe my children's generation, but those before us are pretty much gone. And then the younger generation, you know, let's say, I'm going to say our children's children, they're weak. They're ignorant. I went to Academy Sports yesterday. Let me give you a good example. Went to Academy Sports yesterday, bought me a nice supply of Freedom Seeds, and had a gift card, $100 gift card. My purchase was $106.49. I gave the cashier a $100 gift card. So she told me that I owed her $6.49. I gave her $7. She didn't know how to count out the change. She had no idea. I had to tell her, you owe me 51 cents.
It was sad.
It was sad. That is what we are raising in this country. And this was a college student. This is a college, she's a UCF student. This is a college student. Those people, if they ever have to take up arms and defend this country, we're screwed. It's that simple. And I made a remark tonight at dinner. They were talking about the rules of engagement that the U.S. is trying to force on Israel, you know, over there, you know, in Gaza. You know, the rules of engagement. If we had those rules of engagement during World War II, everybody here would be speaking German right now. That's a damn fact. We got to suck it up, guys. We got to teach our children to suck it up. I mean, we got to teach our grandchildren how to suck it up, how to do what has to be done, because this right here is an absolute fact. A lot of Americans are armed and they're ready to defend this country from this country. It's that simple. They're going to keep pushing. They're going to get something they don't want. All right, I'm about to get off on a rant. Done raising my voice here. What you got?
Lynn Stalker made a comment about what about the letter to our governors about our water system being hacked? Have you seen anything like that?
I heard about that. That was actually something that was, if you'll remember, a couple of weeks ago, they found out the Chinese had hacked into most of the water utilities across the United States. And the FBI said they had gotten in and taken care of that worm. Remember what I said? Go back and review it. I said, nope, the only way they can defend that is to totally replace those computer systems at those utilities. Well, now, 2 weeks later, they're saying, well, there still might be a danger. You might want to look out. Duh. No kidding. They're not going to replace those systems. It costs too much. They would rather take a chance on, you know, me and you being without water than doing what they should do to protect our infrastructure. There we go. Boy, I'm on a rant tonight. Oh, man, I'm about to go. XNYC made it. Thank you, buddy. Don't do that. Oh, I thought you were pulling yours up.
Oh, my God, that's funny.
Yeah. Oh, she was about to really distract me over there, but she didn't. She's been known to do that.
I was telling him to straighten his shirt, and he thought I was
She was telling me to
pulling
pull
mine
my
up.
shirt down. I thought you can pull hers up. All right.
Oh my God.
All right.
Feel
All
better
right.
now.
I got it. All right. All right. I've
Okay.
gone off on a rant enough
Yeah.
here. All right. Let's get back to our contest. What?
All righty then.
All right. Like I said, you're going to have a choice. You can either get this radio system or you can get a 1 month food supply, long-term storage bucket, because not everybody is into the radios. I understand that. Now, this is part of something, you know, this is a good example of what I do with the money you guys send me on your super chats. you know, or you buy your stickers or whatever they do there. I don't know. I'm technologically challenged, but this is what I do with it. I return it to you guys. So if you want to kick in a little bit, please do. But I guarantee you every penny of it's coming back to you guys. But all right, here we go. I got to do this and get out of here. I've run over my 30 minutes. Send me an email. You know what you have to do. Send me that email. Let me put my email address up there. There it is, the orlandoprepper@gmail.com. Send me an email. All right. And the heading, all I want to see is contest. That's it. Contest. So when I open my email in the morning or here in just a few minutes, I'll get an email that says contest. Now, in the body of that email, I want to see the name that you use right here on YouTube, because that's not always the name on your email address. It's like Buzz Runner there. I know his is different, that his actual email address is different than that name. So, and that email address, this is Buzz Runner. All right, here's where it's different this time. You need to tell me if you want the radio or you want the food bucket. If I win the contest, I would like the food bucket. If I win the contest, I would like the radio set. It's totally up to you guys, which one you want. But that's what I want to see in that email. The heading is contest, your screen name on YouTube that I'll look over here and see, and then you tell me which one of these prizes you want. That's different this time because you have an option. Before, you never really had an option, but this time I'm giving you that. So I hope to see a lot of emails, guys. Last time I forgot we didn't have many.
We only have like what, 15 entries?
Yeah, 11 or 12 or something like that.
Not very many.
But that's cool. If you're not interested, don't enter. You know,
Got nothing to lose.
that's right. But if you do, you never know, you might win. And, you know, I might give away a couple other things here and there too. You never know. So make sure you enter. I hope everybody here enters that contest. Good luck to everybody. I love you all. Thank you for being here. If you got any questions, comments, whatever, either post them below or you can send me that email to the email address you see at the bottom of the screen. The orlandoprepper@gmail.com. Thank every one of you for being here. I hope you have a great weekend. Look for some more videos this week. Definitely be here next week, next Thursday night, when I do that drawing for our contest. So with that, I'm going to say stay strong, keep prepping, and pray for the United States. The Orlando Prepper is out.